Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Lights, Camera, Pop. I'm Rich,
I'm Mike.
and let's get our geek on today. How's it going, buddy?
Not too bad, not too bad. How's everything going? I just
Good.
want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and let's get this party started.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the dads and the dads who stepped up out there. It's definitely a
Exactly
day to
right.
celebrate for you. Although, as a father, and I'll even go as far as a mother, but as a father, it's every day a celebration, really. So, not to sound all cheesy and um, cliche, if you will. But
No, I mean it's just true. I mean, like some of the coolest things I've ever did was like having kids. I mean, like they're fun, they're funny. Sometimes you roll your eyes, sometimes you're just like, oh my god, and sometimes you're just like, this is the coolest thing ever.
yes,
You know?
absolutely, 100%. And I think the majority of the episode today, I think we're going to be talking about some dads in pop culture and kind of seeing where they all stand. Because, like, honestly, I thought about like doing like a list and like we were talking about like doing a three, top five. But how do you like? There's um, so many dads in comics and movies and cartoons. It's just how can you narrow it down? Because there's just so many. Just especially when you grew up on television, like
Oh yeah.
like it just they helped shape you and help raise you in a sense.
It's funny because when we were talking about we talked about this about a week and a half ago about like doing like some sort of a list. So last weekend, my daughter Avery was over, and me, Avery, and Amy were in the living room, and I was like, all right, now I was like, each one of you, top five pop culture dads. I was like, no particular order. So like I made them do it like with me, like, and it was just funny to see the way the three of us were putting the dads. And Amy and I had one two crossovers whenever we did it. Like we both are like, all right, yeah, he's on my list and he's on my list as well. Like Avery, no.
um,
But it was a fun little mental challenge that we were doing.
oh, 100%, 100%. But before we get into that, let's. What have you been up to this week? Anything? Anything
Uh,
exciting?
this week, well, huh. I had to go to the doctor. Like I said, I'm getting surgery done
Mm-hmm.
on this Thursday coming up, so I had to go see the doctor for that for clearances and blah blah blah. And I did that. Then yesterday, uh, did a little bit of like comic book and toy hunting, and then today I did a little bit more, but for the most part, not really too much. What about you?
You know what? I really didn't do a whole lot myself. Normally, my days off from work are on Wednesdays and Sundays. But on Wednesday this week, I ripped up a carpet on my front porch. So by doing that, it was like, I don't know what it is when it comes to like the 70s houses. They felt that it was like cool to lay some kind of like carpeting outside and not the like astroturf that you golf from. It was like an actual carpet and then they glued it down. And so while they glued it, uh, we ripped up the carpet and there was just all that leftover glue for like the past 50 years. And it's just like, oh my God, how do we get this off? And so broke down and went out and rented an edge floor grinder. And let me tell you, I felt like grabbing my leather face mask and putting on an apron and just scaring the shit out of the neighbors and just like, and just, but I didn't, but it crossed my mind. um, but yeah, that took the majority of the day by doing that. So I really didn't get to catch up on any of the stuff I normally would do. Um, although talk about like last week, kind of mentioned about like upcoming comics and stuff comes out, and we were mentioning about the Archie comics and about
Yeah.
the little digest books. You know, I just happened to look at one a couple days ago, and I was like, holy shit! Those little mini books are $10 now at the
I
registers.
know.
I was like, holy shit, that's insane.
Well, a standard comic book now is like $5.
Yeah, I remember going to oh shit, I think it's is it Four Horsemen? It's in Morgantown, the Morgantown Mall.
Yeah,
Uh,
Four Horsemen.
okay, I remember going down there one time and I had seen them, and some of them were upwards of like $7,
Yeah,
and I was like,
they
that's
have the.
just
I'll be honest with you. Four Horsemen has the best dollar bins, man.
really.
Holy cow! Oh man, I can badger through them for all day and not. I love. I go there not frequently enough, but I go there every once in a while. And when I do, I like it's like I'm buying gasoline. You know, it's like I'll take $30 worth. You know, I mean, like it's hysterical. I always come out with a huge stack, and like they have some good stuff in their dollar bins. There you go, free little plug.
Love that.
Um, but yeah, great shop, and the guys are really nice too that run that
Yeah,
place.
they are.
And there's a second one too. There's another one in like Ross Park Mall or something like that. And I'm good friends with the not good, but I'm friends with the manager of that place. I used to work with him at Cameron, where I'm at now.
Okay.
He was a well he used to do Wellhead with me, and he and I would always nerd out on comic books whenever we see each other.
Well, and that's something I did want to mention too. So, just bringing up comics, it's been I can't remember when the last time they did it. I don't know if the Amalgam, Dark Claw, uh, if those if that was the last time they Marvel and DC did a crossover. I feel like it was, but there was a long stretch of time that I got out of the comics scene, and but I feel like the Amalgam stuff was like the last time that they did that.
That was like the last of the good crossovers.
Okay, okay, so there's a new one that's coming out that really piqued my attention, and the popularity of the two characters. This comic is going to sell out, and they're doing two different versions. They're doing a DC and Marvel one, and then a Marvel and DC, both with Batman and Deadpool.
Yeah,
And that is going to go crazy. And
yeah, that one's really gonna.
if they're smart, they'll go back and listen to episode 1. They'll go back, and if they're smart, they'll limit run these to make everybody's mouth water for them.
And I can see, in all honesty, I could see 100 different uh, chase covers for it. I can see. I know that's what's going to happen now. There's going to be an A, B, C, D, E, and F cover for it.
Well,
Um, and for stuff like that, if they do it right, I
mhm,
don't have a problem with it. As long as if you're going to do a multiple cover run, at least do it as a limited run book. Don't do a multiple cover run and do 200,000 printings. Do if you're going to do like a 4 issue run, do under 100,000.
right,
That would be my opinion. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna do it, at least make it advantageous for us nerds out there that not just love it, but still, want to have like that little bit of like specialness to it.
sure. And and it kind of takes me to the Jay and Silent Bob meets Archie comic. I had just found out that there's like 40 some variant covers
Yeah,
of the book. And from what I understand, that it's going to vary from comic shop to comic shop, which is kind of cool in a sense because at least you know that if it's going to be in one comic store and if it's in Jersey, you're not going to be able to get it if you live in Burbank unless
exactly right.
and it kind of makes it a little bit more exciting for the chase a little bit if you will.
And that's the thing. It's the chase. We love the chase. We
Yeah.
want the chase. You know, or you could even if you did a standard A cover, okay, and you did. Well, I'm just going to throw a number out. You did half a million print run
Mhm.
on a standard A cover, but then you come out with a B, C, and D cover. Only do like print runs of them of like a couple thousand.
Okay. See that.
You know, so you're still gonna get your bang because people are gonna want it because they're gonna read it, and
Right.
then you're gonna go and you're gonna have the hunters that are out there that are gonna be like, okay, I need to get X cover, I need to get B cover, you know what I mean, all that sort of stuff. Do it if you're gonna do it, like at least do it for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Be,
Oh, sorry.
we are the people that you really want to and appeal to. So do it for us.
Right.
Do it to where you know, like make it where like your core audience, the people that have supported you since we've learned to read, you know, and the true fans
Oh,
have
yeah,
something
for
to look
sure.
forward to.
Yeah. Another crossover comic that's coming out that this I just saw the other day. This one also piqued my curiosity. Excuse me.
Hmm.
One was well, it's from Dynamite Comics and DC, and it is Elvira meets Harley Quinn.
He's Harley Quinn. Yep.
And I'm like, okay, it's such a weird, crazy, just the idea of it. The concept is just wild, and I'm curious to see. I want to check that out when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm looking more forward to that one than I am the Deadpool one.
Yeah, do you think Deadpool is starting to lose its luster?
I just think it's saturation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, after
I think it's true saturation. Um, you know, I love what Deadpool did to the comic book scene because like Deadpool did, you know, bring a lot of people back into comic books and into um like the hobby. But at the same time, it's like, okay, we get it. You know, Wade, you're cool, but stop.
yeah,
Like,
I like and while Deadpool and Wolverine was a good movie, but it was just so I don't know. It was just like almost like all right. I mean, it's basically the same as the other two movies now. Now there's now they can't push the envelope anymore.
what I did love I'll be honest with you, what I absolutely loved in the Deadpool Wolverine movie was I loved when you know Deadpool was going through all the different timelines,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the fact that they were pulling in all the different like iconic Wolverine covers. I
Yes,
the Todd McFarlane like where he's fighting the Hulk. That was fantastic. The
the
crucifixion one,
crucifixion one. Yes, I love that one.
fantastic. I mean, like I love the whole thing. Like I thought that was out of this world. I thought that was excellent. I loved how they did that. That made me very happy.
So,
That was the part of the movie that like I watched that part probably like 4 times. Like everything else, and I'm not bashing the movie. I like the movie. I think it's funny. I think it's good. I think it's a solid. Let's just put it this way. It's a solid Deadpool movie.
oh yeah,
Um, you know, but that just made me happy. I like how they did that. Like that was cool. That was real cool.
I would like to have seen like I thought it was cool that they did with the what they did with the Hugh Jackman and everything. But
Hmm.
and then we had the one variant that was Henry Cavill. I would have loved to have seen like different actors portray portray Logan throughout the years or throughout the timelines because I mean let's face it, I mean I personally don't think Hugh Jackman's gonna keep returning even though they did make a
No,
joke about it. So
I'd like to have seen. You know, I'd like to have seen those do it. Glenn Danzig, because I'm not sure if a lot of people realize this. Glenn Danzig was actually in talks to
I
play
remember that years
Wolverine.
ago.
Yes, so I think that would have been a funny little. Even if it would have just been like him on the screen for a half second as Wolverine, that would have been like a nice little nod.
A
I think that would have
little
been
tip
kind
of
of
the hat
cool.
to the fans.
Yep, I think that would have been cool. I do. I think that would have been super, super cool. I'd have loved to see that.
I remember like during the casting of that movie, they were talking about how Daniel Radcliffe was hired as a secret role, which I still to this moment do not know if Radcliffe was actually in the movie or not. But a lot of
I'm
the
not
rumors
sure.
was he was going to play the Patch Logan.
Yeah, I don't. That's a great question. I'm not sure if he was or not. But
It
I loved in the first one that Brad Pitt was in it, but he was an invisible man.
that was the second one.
Second, yeah, that's
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah,
Second one.
part of the X
But I mean,
Force.
yeah, he was an invisible man. I thought that I thought was just fantastic. You know, that was like just like when what's his name? George Clooney wanted to be on South Park, so they made him a dog, and all I did was bark the whole time.
That's
You know,
hilarious.
that's just great. You know, like you have like this massive, massive, massive A-list superstar, and all you do is make him go woof, or or you see him get electrocuted on a pole for 34 seconds. You know,
That's
that's just beautiful to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that was a nice little touch. And it was one of those moments too that nobody knew until it just happened. And it's just
Yeah,
like, oh my God, that was Brad Pitt, wasn't
yeah. You're just like, wait a minute, hold on, rewind that back.
it?
They just killed off Brad Pitt in like 9 seconds. That's freaking awesome.
That is hilarious though. Um,
And like speaking of like I remember the big rumor for Deadpool 2 for the last one was the Dazzler was going to be in it. Do you remember that?
Jesus, yes. And believe me, I was while I knew it made sense, my thought was if Taylor Swift is in this movie, I am going to lose my shit.
I
But
know, right?
and it don't get me wrong, it would have made sense because Deadpool was like one of the hugest movies of all time at this point. And then Taylor Swift was on her Eras tour or whatever. So I mean, it kind of would have made sense. That and her football royalty now. I mean, it just come together. It would have made sense, but I'm so happy they didn't go that route.
But but you know what? Like, I was cool with it for the sheer fact that I sold the hell out of Dazzler comic books.
Oh, I bet.
And I mean, like, it was great because I had a bunch of Dazzler books that I don't even know where the hell I got them or how the hell I got them, but I got them. And they were like, I had a bunch of the misprint ones and different things like that. And heck, for years, like, I couldn't give those books away. Then all of a sudden, T Swift is supposed to play Dazzler. Those books went from like nothing to like $30 a piece, and I was selling them like hotcakes. I couldn't keep them on my table. People were coming up, "You got any Dazzler?" I sure do, my friend. You know.
And even
same
back
with
even when she came
same
out
with
though, she was like a Z grade superhero that really I was like I don't even think she was ever like really like she was just there, but I don't think
right.
she was ever that popular of a character to begin with.
No, and I don't even know why they even gave her her own freaking book for a while there. I mean, like a little, like her little story arc in that book that she had. Like, I'm sorry, it was stupid, but it is what it is, and I made some money on
It
it, so
right?
I have one left. So if anyone's looking for a Dazzler, I'm your man.
Oh
But
my god.
well, I mean, like same with Deadpool, the first appearance of Deadpool. Rich, I used to pull those out of dollar boxes, literally for like a buck. Like at one point in time, I had like 12 like first appearance of Deadpool's.
Jesus. Well, so
Yeah.
when was the first appearance of Deadpool?
Oh crap! It just completely jumped out of my head now. Um, I can see the damn issue in my mind.
Was it an X Force book? Was it an X book?
Give me a second. I got to think about it. I
Uh
can't believe I can't think of it right now.
I see I like really put you on the spot right there.
You did.
While you're thinking about that, I do because I'm looking at my Tron Funko Pop. I do want to say that if you collect Funkos, there are three new Funkos that's coming out from the original
Okay.
Tron movie. Uh, and I'm excited for all three of them. One is Tron on a light cycle. There's Kevin Flynn in the grid and Yori in the grid. And they look so cool. They're like white with the blue. It just they're gonna be. And I hope that the new Tron movie coming out. Sorry, I'm stuttering real bad, but I love that this new Tron's coming out, Ares, and I hope it kind of brings a little bit more of a resurgence for
New Mutants '98.
New
Sorry,
Mutants. Oh no,
sorry,
you're good.
sorry. I had to jump into it because it just hit my head right now, and if I would have like waited, it would have killed me. It was New Mutants '98.
New.
That was what it was. Sorry about that. But go ahead.
Listen, it's funny
Go
that
back to the.
you type in New Mutants and 98
Mhm.
immediately comes up, and you're looking at first graded for a 9.0 is like going for $1,500.
And the funny thing is, like I said, man, I used to sell those for like dollars. Like they literally like you couldn't not they weren't worth anything. They were just there. I would go to like local comic shops, go through the dollar boxes because I would always pull anything that was like a first appearance, a number one, anything like that. I always carry a list of stuff, and I would just yank them out of the dollar bins, like no matter what, even if they were books that were just ostensibly worthless at the time. Because I figured at some point, normally those books will start to gain a little traction. It might go from dollar to 10 to 15, maybe top out at $20. And I can get $15 for it. I'm cool,
Yeah,
but that book just went from like $1 to like $10. I'm like, like overnight, like it went to like $10. I'm just like, that's weird. And then 20, then 50, then 100. And then they're like, there's going to be a Deadpool movie. And it went to like $120, like raw, like a high grade raw, for like $120. So I'm just like, cool, I'm going to start selling these. So I did. And then during COVID, holy cow, the comic book explosion during COVID. And then the slab books started coming out. And like, it's funny because you look at the slabs, most of the slabs are in the mid to high nines, and they're getting that number, they're getting that money, but there's so many of them. There's no reason for that book to be that expensive. There
right.
truly is no reason for that book to be that expensive.
Wow.
But hey, it is what it is, man. I mean,
Right.
and yeah, and people are going to spend it. People are going to spend it. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And um my hat's off to that. I mean, because like I the character is a cool character. I don't know how
Yeah,
the
he
comic
is.
went. I don't know how the his first appearance was, because sometimes a first appearance is like a final page in the book that might be a splash page, and that would be it. There was no
And like
beginning of a story arc or anything like that until the next
we're
issue.
talking. Yeah, we're talking about like first appearances. Like okay, everyone always refers to the first appearance of Wolverine as what Hulk
Well,
181.
right,
So like everyone's like Hulk 181, first appearance of Wolverine. No, it's Hulk 180.
because that's
Hulk
where I was grabbing from, because like he didn't really show up until like the last panel of the book.
Yeah, there was just like a little blur, and then like same with like Jonah Hex. Like everyone thinks like Jonah Hex's first appearance is in one of the earlier Swamp Things, but it's actually it's still in Swamp Thing, but it's even an earlier book. I don't remember which number it is, but it was an earlier book than that. It was a silhouette of him, but it was still the first appearance of Jonah Hex,
I
and you
just
can't tell me it's not.
no. So
It is.
Jonah Hex, didn't they make a movie about Jonah Hex?
Yes, they did.
And wasn't Josh Brolin? Didn't he play
He
Jonah
was.
Hex?
Yep. Yep.
So like he's got a lot of a lot of
He
comic movies to his
does.
cred. That's
Yeah, he's
pretty
an
wild.
iconic actor. Yeah.
That's so insane. But no, so yeah, and just back to the whole Tron thing, like and the pops. Like I hope that
Yeah.
the new
Sorry about
Tron.
that.
No, no, no. I was basically just filling the air until you got the New Mutants '98. But I just want to throw out there, Tron Ares is coming out in October. Um, I just hope the movie doesn't bomb, because I know a lot of people are not a fan of Jared Leto, and Tron is like it's been like 15 years maybe since
Probably.
since Legacy,
Yeah.
and hell, the original movie came out in '82. So it's
82.
yeah, so it's just like how much more of a continuation can they give this film? without some kind of reboot or anything like that. But I don't know. I just, like I said, hope that it does well, and I would like to see a resurgence of it. At least
Me too. I would.
the original movie was way ahead of its time. As you know, and everybody can say what they will about Disney, but you know, a lot of Disney films they really are ahead of their time. A lot and a lot of things that they've done. So,
Oh
um,
yeah.
the, this was no different. How the when the Tron actually was up for it was nominated for an Academy Award for visual effects. It got
Okay.
disqualified because they said that it was used with computer animation, and they said that it was almost like cheating. So they disqualified it. And look where we're at today.
Right.
It's mind blowing.
I mean, like, yeah, exactly right. Like, look where we're at today. Did you ever see? Have you seen those? Yeah, I know you have. I sent a couple of them to you. Those like the fake Bigfoot AIs, like where like the Bigfoot vlog stuff.
Yes.
Like those are some of my favorite things in the world right now. And they're just so funny. Like I love the one where like Bigfoot has like a Porsche GT3 RS, and he's just like, this thing's gonna smoke all you vet driving mother effers out there. And I'm just like, this is the fantastic. Like, or he or when he's like all coked up, just like, oh my god.
That's hilarious.
But they're hysterical, and like when you look at them, you're just like, oh my god. Can you imagine if like, I don't know, like my grandmother who would be like 106 now, like if she would see that, she'd be like, oh my god, Bigfoot's real, and he's talking to me on television, you know,
That's so
because
funny.
they're so good.
Yeah.
And like AI is getting like you and I talked about this the other day. AI is getting scary, man. Like it's
Yes,
getting
it
to the point to
is.
where it could be anybody who you tell it to be,
Right.
and there's going to be so many repercussions for that. Like when it comes to anything from entertainment to the news, but that's not here nor there.
Right.
That's an entirely other blog
Yes, it
and an
is.
entirely other
100%.
podcast to get into. Like than ours.
100%. Yes. Um,
But we're just ringing the bell, guys. We're just ringing the bell.
ding, 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 ding. um,
you know.
there was something I was gonna. Oh, so last week too, and I texted you Monday afternoon, and I was like, "Damn it!" Of all the things like, one of the biggest things that we I don't want to say the big things, but it was. I think it's stupid, and I guess it is what it is. But we're in a weird world now, to where people make soap out of bathwater, and when I don't know what I heard when I heard about
Yeah.
this. I wanted to talk about it on last week's show, and I slipped my mind because, well, of what it is. It's just like, is it really worth talking about? But I do want to say, like, how dumb, like, how full. And I don't even really know of the actress that much, but Sydney Sweeney is
I
releasing.
really.
She's making
I
herself
know the
bath soap.
name,
Yeah, wasn't she in like
but
Madam Web or something like that? Like, I
I
know
think
she's like a kind of a shitty, like, I don't want to say shitty actress. I'm sorry. That's not what I was
C
mean.
list.
Yeah, like, she's just basically,
Step up from OnlyFans.
yeah, and like it's almost like she's just she's capitalizing on her sexuality, if you will, because everyone's like, she's like a hot girl or whatever right now.
Right.
But yeah, she played Julia Cornwell in Madam Web. Um,
Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch Madam Web.
yeah, me either. I don't think anybody did. Uh,
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. I don't even think the people in it watched it.
Handmaid's Tale. I mean, she's in a lot of stuff. Like,
Okay, so like Handmaid's Tale. My stepdaughter started getting Amy and I to watch it. I watched a couple of the first episodes, and it's not it's interesting. I don't want to get into the politics about it, but it's interesting.
yeah,
Alexis Bledell's in it, and I think she's cool, or however the hell you say her name, from Gilmore Girls.
yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
watch Gilmore Girls. I love Gilmore Girls. Sue me.
Hey, no,
Um,
not. No judgment here.
Yeah, it's that show is so well written. I don't care what anybody says, but and I think she's a great actress, and I liked her in Sin City and all that sort of stuff. So when I found out that she was in it, I'm like, all right, she's smart and she picks smart roles. So I figured it's probably a decent show. But I watched a couple of them, and like I said, it's cool, but I just never got back to it. And I didn't even know she was even in that show.
Oh my god, I forgot about Alexis Bledel being in Sin City. When you
Yeah,
start, I had to check the actress. Yeah, that I love Sin City. That movie is so good.
fantastic. Frank Miller's amazing.
Yes, he is. It was a really cool story. Um, I'm trying to think, not to promote another show, but I tell you what, listen to the Joe Rogan Experience with Robert Rodriguez on it. Talks about how he got Frank Miller involved with doing Sin City. He told him, he says, I'll shoot it like with my own money. Don't even pay me. If you like it, you like it. We'll move on from there. If you don't like it, you can have it as a souvenir. And yeah, I mean,
That's
it was
awesome.
pretty cool how they did it because Robert Rodriguez, absolutely loved the book. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so back to Sydney Sweeney. Like my just biggest thing is how full of yourself do you have to be to say, oh, you know what? I people love me. I'm gonna take a bath and then I'm gonna scoop this bath water out.
Right. But like, but okay,
The memes kill me though when you see when Sydney Sweeney releases bath soap and it has Ralphie with his bar of soap in his mouth. The memes kill me. The memes do kill me.
but here's the thing, though. I mean, like, yeah, she said, like she's all full of herself. But who are the idiots that are plinking down the money to buy this? And why would you want that? Like, no offense, but like, and she's not the first person to do this. That's the that's the weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one that I know of was like some like OnlyFans girl did it. I don't remember her name offhand, but she did it and she made like a boatload of money off of it. So, and she's a nobody. At least Sydney Sweeney pretended like she's in the MCU. I mean, like seriously,
Extended
like
MCU.
yeah. But I mean, like, like it's like we live in like these like just strange ass times, man. And like I said, like if you would have went to me like 20 years ago and said like, "Hey, girls are going to be selling their bath water on the internet," and I'd be like, "Shut the f up,"
Like, first of
like
all,
there's no
it's
way.
like first of all, what's the internet? And second of all, yeah, shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I mean, like there's just no way. Like I don't know, but then again, I mean, like it's this weird internet culture that we live in now with like OnlyFans and like all this different things like that, where it's like people can't like the opposite sex can't talk to each other anymore. It's like I don't know. It's weird, man. It's just
Yes.
weird. That's all I'm gonna. There's I posted a meme the other day, which is I just thought it was hysterical, and I don't know if you saw it. I don't even remember on which place I posted it, but it had a guy like you're like looking over his back and he's holding this. Like remember the old Soviet symbol, the hammer and the sickle.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it has like him holding like the sickle instead of a hammer. It was a vibrator, and then
Oh dear God.
it said the revolution will be very odd. Or the revolution will be weird. That's what it was, and it's like, and it's true, man. That's that's the meme of the century right now. Like the revolution it will be weird, and whatever the revolution is, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. 100%. Um, and then just moving on, a couple things I do want to also touch about.
Yeah,
A few. I'll give you the third one. Um, there were a few. We've lost a couple people in the world recently. Some people that you may or may not remember. Harris Yulin. I tell you what, like, I've seen him in so many different things. But I think his most memorable role, I think most people remember him as the judge in Ghostbusters 2.
oh, okay.
Yeah, like I mean, he was in a shit ton of stuff. I mean,
He was
He,
a big voice actor too, I think, wasn't he?
I don't remember seeing a lot of voice work. Um, but he has like 136 credits to his name, which is, I think,
That's
just
impressive.
it really is. And I'm going through his IMDb right now. I don't see any kind of animated roles that he may or may
And
not.
for some reason, I was thinking he was a voice. He did some voice work, but I could. But he had an iconic voice, and I could have just
Oh yeah,
maybe
he
my
did.
brain just maybe my brain just went to like, oh, blah blah blah. So that could have just been a brain fart on my part.
Uh, yeah, and like he was on 24, Third Watch, Law and Order. I mean, he did little parts here and there, but he's just always been working. And it's pretty awesome that he had that many credits to his name,
Wow,
and showed up in Training Day, which Training Day, I love that movie.
that's a
Um,
great movie.
oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Another one is from, if you were a fan of back in the day when MTV used to have music videos. You remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah. Ananda Lewis.
yeah,
She's
Cancer.
52. Cancer. I was like, wow. And
Yeah,
she was one of the VJs on there in '97.
yeah.
I think it was that she was on there. So I mean, that's awesome.
I think it's just she had breast cancer or something. I was reading.
Yeah, I think it was. I know it was cancer. I wasn't sure which one, but then yeah, and then lastly, bring it on home with the last eulogy.
Go ahead.
Oh no, okay. So uh,
Go ahead.
Brian Wilson. That.
Uh, Yeah, crap. I brain farted on. I couldn't think of anything, but that was and okay. Like the really sad thing about that was like a couple of days before he passed. Again, my daughter Avery and I were sitting in the living room, and she was like, and I didn't even know this, but like she was just like, "Hey, the Beach Boys are playing on Father's Day. Like would have been today."
Yeah,
And she's like, "Do you want to go?" Like they're playing here in Pittsburgh tonight. They're supposed to play here in Pittsburgh tonight. And I was like, that would be kind of neat, you know. I was like, I don't know, we'll think about it. And then a couple days later, he passed away, and I didn't even realize this, but like she was like, I told her about it. I like sent her the press release that he passed, and she was like, "Oh my God!" She was like so depressed, so sad that he died. She's like, "I loved him," you know. I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "I didn't realize that you were such a Brian Wilson fan," you know. Like, but I mean, like he was wild, Brian
yeah.
Wilson. I mean, like his, you go and read his history. Holy cow!
And
Like going back with like Chucky Man, like Charles Manson, and all that stuff. Like he was like hanging out with Manson. He wrote a song with Manson, then didn't give Manson the writing credits for it
I
and
did
all
not know
that
that.
stuff. Yeah, I can like next episode I'll have the song title. But yeah, he wrote like him and Charles Manson wrote a song together. Okay,
Hmm.
and um like Charles wrote like Manson wrote actually like we'll say like 80 to 90% of the song. And then the Beach Boys like recorded it and Brian Wilson was like, "Nope, it's mine." Like never gave Charles Manson like any due to it. Like basically said you had nothing to do with it, I don't care. But I think it was basically like mad at Charles because like Manson was kind of using him and was like I don't know, it's just there's a whole weird history behind that stuff. There's a book that I just got done going through, all on like Charles Manson and the CIA and like all that sort of stuff, and it was pretty interesting. It was pretty neat. It like talks all about how like the CIA was like all in like with the 1960s and how they basically kind of like spawned Manson and stuff. It was pretty neat. It was a good book.
Interesting. Um,
Yeah. Oh, what the heck's the name of it?
See, I'm looking here, and according to Google, Brian Wilson did not collaborate with Charles Manson on any songs that were publicly released. However, Beach
That's
Boys did record a song called "Never Learn Not to Love," which was an alternate version of a song originally written by Charles Manson called "Cease to Exist."
That's not true.
Interesting.
That's 110% not true. They wrote a song. It was a charter, and Charles Manson did it. And like I said, of course they're going to go and say that he didn't,
Well,
because if there was any sort of recollection at any point in time, then they would have to go and give rights to him.
very true. Interesting. But yeah, I was actually I was gonna try to play like a little clip of Surfing USA just because it was in Teen Wolf.
Right.
But I kind of looked on just I didn't want to cause any kind of friction. Like I don't want us to get flagged or anything by posting it due to some
Right.
kind of copyrights, even if I'm playing like uh, 10 seconds of a song.
Chaos is the name of the book.
Okay. Chaos.
Yeah, because there was like the CIA did this thing called Operation Chaos, and they just named that. Now we're getting into the weeds, but yeah, it's a if you like pop culture, if you especially like '60s, like stuff from the '60s and '70s, Chaos is definitely a cool book,
Oh, chaos.
and
Okay.
it's a true book. It's not like a fictional events or anything like that. This is like it's a true book. It's things that actually took place in the 60s through the 70s. So it's definitely a very interesting read, and it fits into our conversations because it is all about pop culture of that time.
Yeah, that's definitely if you want to check up on it. Chaos is that book.
Yeah, Chaos.
Chaos.
Really cool book.
We are so far removed from what the actual topic was originally going to be.
Yeah, I
Actually,
know,
but it's
right?
kind of cool. I love how our episodes go. I really do. I was talking about this the other day. It's like our episodes will start out where we're supposed to have like an actual topic, and then we just kind of start talking, and it's everything that we do is so organic. So I definitely love that. Um,
Right.
but
It's
something
like today's
else,
topic is
yeah,
we're gonna be talking about Volkswagen cars, and then by the time we're done, like, and that's how you bake a strawberry cake. You know,
I'm
it's like
listening.
where the it's like how the hell did that happen?
Right. Um,
Audio schizophrenia.
see, that would have been a great name for the show.
Oh man, I think we need to change the name now.
Missed opportunity. Um,
Yeah.
Something happened this week that made me think about the old days. So
Okay.
remember back in the old days when a movie was coming out, you didn't know it was coming out until you seen something happen on TV, like you're watching your
Right.
Saturday morning cartoons. Oh my God, Secret of the Use, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is coming out. You didn't know
The
it was
best
happening
line.
until it happened. Thanks to the
The
internet,
best
that
line in
ruined.
every freaking movie thing was coming to a theater near you. Like I
Yes.
just love that. You know.
Yeah.
But
So something happened this week, and I know you've seen it, and I think it took everybody by surprise because it's been talked about for like almost 40 years, and finally it's happened. Mel Brooks released a little
yeah.
teaser for Spaceballs 2. And
Yeah.
whether or not it will still be titled The Search for More Money or The Schwartz Awakens,
Either
um,
or, those are great
yeah,
friggin' names.
100%. And I love the fact that they have um, Lewis Pullman joining the cast as Bill Pullman's son, Starburst.
Starburst.
Because
I know.
they literally look just like each other. But the teaser is so funny because it's just the scroll, the typical Star Wars Spaceball scroll, and talks about how we've had 7 Jurassic Park movies since the last one, and it was so funny. And then Mel Brooks gave a little discussion, brief little synopsis that it's coming. And for this guy being 98 years old,
I was gonna say, isn't he like 98?
he
He's
is
gonna be
98
in.
years old, and he literally has the Betty White syndrome. And like he looks
He
good, he
truly is.
sounds good. Like
He is a national treasure.
Oh my god! I was talking to a guy at work the other day, and I was talking about this when it came out, and he's like, "Oh, I never seen Spaceballs." Now, mind you, he's young, but he's like maybe I think he just turned 36. So I mean, technically, he should have known what Spaceballs was, but he's never even heard
Right.
of Blazing Saddles. And
That's
what
blasphemy.
I know, and like everybody at work was just like, "Oh my god, you need to watch Blazing Saddles." Of all movies, like two movies, well, three movies. It was like my childhood from Mel Brooks was Spaceballs, and I'm just going backwards. Spaceballs. No, no, there's been so many. Jesus. Spaceballs, History of the World Part One, Blazing Saddles, and Young Frankenstein. Those,
All, every single one of them is just bangers. Every single one of them.
and I did not want to watch the History of the World Part Two when they aired it on Hulu. I don't know if it's still on there, but I know they made a Part Two series, mini series of it,
Miniseries.
and I didn't watch it. And I think the only reason why is because I was concerned for the time that it came out. I felt that it may have. I felt that it may have pushed some buttons
Right.
that should have just been like back in the day. It was more satire and stuff, but now people would have just taken. I was just worried that it was going to be uh, a little bit watered down, so
Two
I skipped it.
two funny stories about it. Okay, number one, Spaceballs. Spaceballs was the very first movie that I went to see by myself in a movie theater that my parents didn't have to go with me to see. Like, so, like, you know, like when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, I get to go to the movies by myself. Me and my friends are going to go to the movies. Me and my buddy Jimmy Stanley went to see that movie by ourselves. That was like, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool now. But that, and then a funny story about Blazing Saddles is Blazing Saddles was also, well, you know, it's also co-written by Richard Pryor.
Right?
Okay. And the funniest thing, the greatest thing ever, was when they got together, when they went to write that, they sat down for a meeting before pen went to paper on writing anything for the script or anything with that movie. And they said, nothing, absolutely nothing is off the table. We could make fun of everything and we could use any words we want. Deal, deal. And then the two writing teams went into the rooms together, locked the doors, and then never told anybody what was going on until the script was done. Because they didn't want to have any outside influence being, you can't say that, you can't say that, you can't say that. They're just like, nope, this is comedy, this is us, and we can say whatever the hell we want.
See, and I always
And
question that. Like when I look at movies, like, and I'm just gonna throw this one scene out from Clerks 2, when
okay,
um, Wanda Sykes is getting her cow tipper on,
okay,
and there's a huge racial tension scene there. And I always wanted to ask, like, if I ever had a chance to meet Kevin Smith, and I would always want to ask him, like, and reference the Richard Pryor, Mel Brooks days. Like, was this a scene that he maybe had taken to somebody else? Do you think I went a little too far with this, or because I'm so curious to know the story behind it, like how he got away? Because not that, like, I still think that even at that time when that movie came out, we weren't as sensitive as we are now.
oh yeah,
But still, I mean, it was still, I feel in a sense, it was still pushing the boundaries a little bit. But yeah, I'm just curious about how that scene passed at that point. But Blazing Saddles, that movie is hysterical. And I would
oh,
be
it's,
interested to see if they could remake it now. In some,
that movie would never be remade now.
it
Never.
couldn't be.
I don't think it ever could be. I've said that for the last 20 years. I don't think that movie could be remade now at all. And it's a shame because it's such a cool movie. Um, but no, I honestly don't think it could ever be remade now. And in a way, it's a cool thing, not because of like the way society is, but like just I think it's a good thing that it shouldn't be remade because it's such a classic
Right.
that I don't want it to be touched. But so I'm going to reframe the question: could a movie like that be made now? Like not that particular movie, but a movie of that style. And I would say no.
Yeah, it would be
I
rough.
was I would say like there would be they would have meeting after meeting after meeting um with all these different people and everyone say like you can't say that, you can't say that, nope, you can't touch that, nope, you can't say that. And it would get whittled down to being boring. And comedy right now sucks.
Yeah.
There's like you know, you have too much like comedy should be unrestricted. Comedy, like a stand-up comic, should be able to pick up and hold the mirror to society and say, "Look at yourselves. Go
100%.
on, look at yourself,"
Yep.
and make fun of it, no matter what it is. They should be able to make fun of it, and that doesn't happen, and that's a shame.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. Um, and even with the topic though, and like I'll split this 50-50. Not only the topic couldn't be remade now, but something else that could not be redone. There is very little actors out there now that can pull off the magic that Gene Wilder and any actor that he was with, that he shared the screen with. Excuse me.
Oh yeah,
You cannot recreate the chemistry. Like if if you're remaking a movie, there's no way that you can recreate what was then now.
no, no. I think now we have a lot of um, actors and actresses that just have their heads are just too big for their own bodies and they think they're more important than what they truly are, and they don't want to have that other person that's on their level with them or better than them. I mean, like when Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor were together, those were like, was it Stir Crazy, I think was the name of the
Gene
movie, where
Wilder,
they were in prison? Gene Wilder and
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor and Stir Crazy, like I said. Like, those two were fantastic. When they were, what the heck was the name of it? See No Evil, Hear No Evil,
I love
where
that
one was
movie.
blind and one was deaf. I mean, like, they were just stupendous together. And they were great friends, and they could play off of each other. They were masters of their craft. Do we have masters of our craft now? Yeah, we do. But at the same time, they want to be the only master on that screen. They don't want to share
Yep.
it with anybody else. They want me, 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 me.
And also they fall to some. There are some people who are a master of their craft though, that sadly fall in the backlight from the people who are either bigger names or that are the in person at that point,
Yep,
and it kind of like takes away from what the true acting is.
yep, 100% agree. 100% agree.
But with that being said, I don't believe there is very much else. So okay. So dads, as we're
I was gonna try to circle back to
yeah,
this too. Go
I
ahead.
was going to try to make it a little bit more like organic, but hey, we'll just circle back now as we're getting ready to close the show out. Um, so, what are some of the fathers that you grew up with on television?
Okay, on my list, I can't remember who I had technically on my list, but I'll just go through a couple of the ones that like really stuck out for me. Number one, this is no particular order, okay? No
Hmm.
particular order. But
You can't put
number
these in particular order, really. I
no,
think.
number one for me,
Excuse me.
that we would talk about would be Brody from Jaws.
Yes.
The reason why I say that is because he hated the ocean. He didn't want to be around water, anything like that. But he moved his family out of New York, which was a cesspool at the time. If you knew anything about New York at that point in time, you know basically it was hell on earth. He moved everybody out of there to a rich, beautiful island where he could, where he thought he's just going to basically just tell people, quit swimming, and then, let his kids grow up in this peaceful area. But then the shark happened, but we all know what goes there. But I think he was like a great dad because he just wanted nothing but the best for his kids. He wanted them to grow up in an area that was great. He still had a good job. Um, and he truly loved his kids. Whenever he was on the beach, he made sure he had his eyes, or someone had his eyes on his kids. So I would put him on my list. I thought he was just a great father all around.
Yeah.
Okay, give me one of yours.
Uh,
We'll do three.
okay.
We'll do three.
We'll do three. Okay. As ran- as raunchy as the show was, the man had a heart of gold at the end of the day, and Married with Children's Al Bundy.
And that is hysterical.
Listen,
I'll
I'm
tell you
sitting there
what.
like
Go
I was
ahead.
trying to think of like what was more of an impact, and because to me, like you have your Danny Tanner, you have your Dan Connor. I mean, of course, I'll say Dan Connor. I'll save that one because just because. But uh, you had your Danny Tanner, you had your Carl Winslow. They were like the TV sitcom perfect dads, you know. But
Yep.
Bundy was like he almost kept it real, and while he almost sometimes loathed his existence, his family always came first. His kids always came first.
And you remember what his favorite TV show was, right?
Oh shit, hold on. Um, oh, it was like the cow or Psycho Dad.
Psycho Dad. Psycho Dad. I
I'm
love.
trying to think of what it was. Yes. So yeah, I will definitely have to go with Al Bundy.
And he was a prime. And he was a prime and a was a proud carrier of his No Ma'am
No man.
National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. But like, the reason why I laugh about this is because like when I told you my wife, my daughter, and I were talking about this, like my wife and daughter both said he was the worst person on the planet.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
they
guys.
both said, yeah,
I'm
they
sorry.
both.
They're gonna be like, all right, you got to find a new host.
But my next one would be Mr. Drummond, and
Different strokes.
from Different Strokes. And the reason why I say that is because not only did he bring in two children that were not his own and raise them, he had his own daughter, he raised her, then he got remarried, he had that little freaking redneck kid that he raised. So I mean like he he not only was the father that grew up, but he also stepped up.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I never even thought about going that deep in it, but that makes a lot of sense, and I do like that. And my next one is a step up from the Bundy and straight to Lanford, and again the Connors, Dan Connor, John Goodman's character, like he played that role so well, and he was the guy that he literally did everything. Like he took odd jobs just to support his family,
Yep.
and he didn't always have the best advice, but he worked well with what he did, and he still always came out on top. Like he was just one of those parents that you could see. You know what? Like he's like my dad. So I mean that's where my number two comes in at.
Okay, my last one, my number three, would be Homer Simpson.
That's I mean you know what? And it's funny because I was gonna go with Homer, I was gonna go with him. He's on my list, and
And he was another. He was when I said Homer Simpson. My wife and my daughter both berated me as the same as they would have berated you on Al Bundy. They're just like he chokes Bart. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, like, it doesn't matter. Everything he did for that family.
yep. And the choking was out of love. I mean, it wasn't trying to like
Yeah,
hurt
and
him. I mean,
who hasn't wanted to choke the hell out of their son?
right.
Um, and then I'm gonna, before you take yours, I am gonna throw in one more, and this is an honorable mention, and I'm gonna take one off of my wife's list,
Okay.
which and her on like my honorable mention and on her list was Fred Flintstone.
Okay. Listen, I think that is a fantastic choice. And what's really funny is I have an honorable mention too.
Okay,
And
good. So
here's
go
what's
ahead and
funny
give me
is
your last one and your honorable mention.
okay. Well, my honorable mention is one that um, I think he didn't really like in the movies when he was in them. He really didn't show much characteristic of a father. But you can tell, like, I don't know, something about his character that I just love that you can see that he did love his family, he did love his kids, and but he was just always he was just a push down or push away. What do you like just a doormat, and I just felt bad. But he just seemed like he was just such a good character. I'd like to see more of him. Was George McFly?
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was sitting there thinking like I wanted to throw him in there somewhere, but like he really never did have the full dad storyline. But he
Right.
was there, and I definitely wanted to throw him a bone there. But as for my number one, um, I'm taking it way back, black and white days, and of course my weirdness, Herman Munster. Uh,
Nice.
just you know what, he always had good advice. He did what he could with his family. And I think that's what a lot of it comes down to for me of the characters being good father figures is like what what they did for their family and everything like that. And he definitely stepped up as the dad for Eddie and Marilyn and everything like that. So super kudos to him as well.
One that my daughter and Amy both had on their list that I thought was kind of funny. They both had the dad from Breaking Bad.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've never watched Breaking Bad.
Yes, they had the
Excuse me.
dad from Breaking Bad. And I'm just like, yeah, it's a good one.
I could okay. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
it
like
was
I
a
said,
good
I've
one.
never watched it.
I mean, like he became a meth dealer for his family,
I,
and you kind of gotta. I mean, like you gotta give it to him.
yeah, 100%. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we gotta. I mean, like, gotta make lemonade when you have lemons.
100%. 100%. Uh, but on that note, um, real quick, just also wanted to ask, um,
Mhm.
was there any advice that your father had given to you that kind of always stuck out that you kind of apply today to this day, like in everyday life?
Everything. I hate to say it. It's not to sound like very cliche, but that's he taught me sacrifice and bravery. I mean, I I wish I could be a tenth of what he was to me. Um, but the one thing that my dad always said was, "Be true to yourself, but play the game." What he meant by that was, you know, yeah, you're gonna come up to times in your job, in your life, in your school, in your education, in whatever you're doing, where you know that you are correct, but your boss or whoever it is doesn't like what you think, but you're not to be a yes man, but also not to be that person that bucks the system just because. Like, just play the game, get through it, and then you will be the better person in the end. And I tell my kids, just play the game. Like, when my My son was in school. Yeah, I know you hate school. I understand you hate school. Everybody hates high school at some point in time. Just play the game. Do what your assignments, do what you need to do, get through it. Once you get on the other side of it, it's going to be roses. You will be fine. Just get through it. Just do what you need to do. And that's my dad taught me that, and that's something that I agree in. Don't sacrifice your beliefs. Don't sacrifice what you feel is right,
Hmm.
but do what just needs to be done to get through it. And
I like that.
I always, I just think that's a, you know, something that just, I think a lot of people overlook that. What about you?
The one thing that I have gained from my dad, and it's gone to my wife, my kids. They all live it right now as well. Uh, One thing, if you're at the grocery store or Walmart or wherever, and you, whether you have the money or not, just kind of like hold it in your hand and just be like, is it a want or is it a need?
Yep,
And
that's great.
that's something that has always stuck with me. And uh, I think not a lot of people apply that as like you were saying. Not a lot of people apply that as much as they should.
Yep, I agree. People, like, we live in a, um, I want it now, I need it now, I want, like, immediate satisfaction,
Yep.
and that's horrible. It doesn't teach you the right things, and it also, like, no problem. You also, like, it's just, it's like false gratitude.
Yep.
and
100%.
false grat and false gratification too.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But that's coming from, and I know what people are thinking, but Mike, you're a collector. You sell stuff that, when people hold in their left hand and have their wallets in their right hand, think, is this a want or is it a need? Like, comic book is not a need. Let's face it.
Right.
Like, if the crap hit the fan tomorrow, I don't care. Detective issue 27 is not going to feed your family. Um, but right now, we live in a stable society. We live in decent times. If you have I would say, if you have the ability to buy it and it's not going to affect your life, then you're okay.
Right. I like that. That's very very true.
Like, do not go in debt to buy something.
Right.
Unless it's a house, unless it's, you know what I mean? Like, don't go in debt to buy a comic book. Don't take out a loan to buy a watch. Don't take out a loan to buy something frivolous. You take out a loan to buy a house. You take out a loan to buy a car. You know what I mean? And a car is a depreciating asset as it is. So,
Right.
you're going to take a hit on your car unless you're buying something insane like a Ferrari 345 GTB, or like something insane that's going to go, a Pagani Zonda, that's going to go up in value. But chances of you being able to plunk down $3 million on a car is slim to none
Right.
for the majority of the people listening to this. But if you're not in that position, cool, I'm glad for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Excuse me.
I am so not um, a class warrior. I'm not. Like, I've gotten way through that. Through my, I I just think it's dumb. I think we're all human. We all need to, like, live on this little blue ball.
Yep.
So but like I said, like you said, want or need, exactly right. Like, most of the stuff that we buy, we just want.
100%. Yep.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at
It's
all.
not a bad thing. But as long as you can afford it,
Right. Like you said, don't break the bank.
yeah, yeah. Don't go into debt for something that you truly don't need. Because, like, let's face it, man. Like, the economy is a weird, fickle thing. Like, right now, a comic book that's worth $10,000 today in 2 years can be worth $200,
Right. Oh,
or it can be worth or it could be worth $20,000. You just never know. So it's like if you can look at it and put it in your hand and say, I could afford to lose 90% on this
Yep.
and still function, then you're good.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, you're good. But if you look at it and you say, I can't afford to lose 10% on this, put it down and move on.
And on that happy note, I think we're gonna bring it on to an end. Hope everybody had a good time listening to us. Uh, we're
Sorry
just
for depressing you on
yeah,
the last
no,
sentence,
I mean,
guys.
I don't think not at all. I hope you enjoyed and took something away from these two Spaceballs. Um,
Right?
yeah. Where can everybody find you at?
The best way to find me for this sort of stuff is on Instagram, and that is nomad underscore comics underscore collectibles underscore. That's the best way to find me, and I post daily. I did actually a big rash of posts today, all kinds of cool goodies. So go check it out.
Yeah, and you can find me like I usually post on my personal account more. But I prefer follow me at Lights Camera Pop Pod on Instagram and Lights Camera Pop at Facebook. Um, and you can also reach out to us, email us, ask a question, got an idea for a show, um, just whatever, just comments, questions, answers, solutions. If you just want to email and say hi, go for it. Lights, camera, pop, pod at outlook.com. And on that note, everybody
Oh
have.
wait, one more
Yeah,
thing.
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
One more thing. Sorry about that. I
No, no.
will be at the Butler. I'll be at the Butler Toy and Comic Show coming up next month in July. So I will
Awesome.
have the dates. I'll have the dates nailed down for you guys for that one pretty soon. Actually, and I
Maybe even
will
next
also
week's
be
episode.
yeah, and I will also be. I know this is coming out in the future a little bit, but you could go and put this one on your calendars. On November 23rd, I will be at the Pittsburgh Comic Show, and that is at the Crown Plaza Hotel down by um, South Hills.
South Hills Hotel.
And yeah, I'll be down by there. I'll be there. That's a great show. That is just nothing but a total comic book show. So it's a fantastic show. You guys will love that one. And I'm
So,
sure I'll have other stuff in between there and then to promote and hopefully see you guys. Come up and say hi.
yeah, definitely do that. We'll give you some dates next week.
Perfect.
All right. Well, on that, I'm gonna leave you guys with some final words as we close out the show, and by my number one, Herman Munster.
There
Good
we
night,
go.
everybody, and have a great week. And we will be back next week with episode 4.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, ugly or handsome, like your father. You can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.